Hello everyone, Man Avengers here with This Week in Keyboards. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving and now it's time for some more happy holidays. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on more awesome keyboard related videos. With all of that in mind, let's start off the episode with our spotlight topics. Yes, my favorite part. First up, we have the interest check for GMK Muted 2 by Krelbit and Oblotsky. Yes, it's finally time for the return of GMK Muted with the permission of J-Chan, the original runner of GMK Muted. This is a nice, simple set that's essentially a very modern slate-style colorway with the option for some colorful accents. I say modern, but the set did run quite a while ago. I still have round 1 of the set, and I use it on the daily. Mine is actually already on my Bower still. Looks absolutely fantastic, and I'm happy this set is back with modern compatibility and availability for all the newer people in the hobby who never got the chance to really enjoy this set, but now you can. There have been some changes, such as taking out the Xbox backspace for the arrow instead for backspace and trimming down the base kit for affordability. There's still going to be some changes to the final kits. One part of this set I'm really excited for is row 5. Row 5 is going to be where it's at. There's going to be both a purse and down arrow caps lock in the base kit for those who want to argue between modernization and tradition. This is a set I'm really looking forward to. Check it out on Switch Mod when it goes live. Next, we have the Kei Round 2. This board is already released, but I want to talk about it. It was designed by Bisaromi, and it's currently running on mono key. Well, it was running on mono key. Yeah, it's over, but I hope you all joined this awesome 60%. I joined for a blush pink HHKB layout K with the upgrade to the brass bottom. I didn't get any extra polycarb half plates because I plan on grabbing my Dremel and turning my aluminum full plate into my own half plate. Among the sea of 65% these days, I'm happy we're seeing more 60% come back in fashion, especially with an HHKB layout. It's a pretty cool board. I'm excited for round 2. I hope you're excited for round 3. Next up, we have GMK 80082 by Dixie Mech. GMK 8008 is an immensely popular set, so it's no surprise that it would run again. The group buy will be starting this Sunday, the 6th, and I have no doubt it's going to be selling quite well. It looks like the renders have been updated to be more color accurate compared to round 1, which is great for people who may be confused about the colors. Of course, there's tons of pictures of round 1. The new color in the set is the blue variant, which is the same as the one in GMK Dracula, which means there won't be any extra time color matching and whatnot. So once orders are in and orders are placed, that's it. Waiting for production. It's going to happen. We don't have to wait for Nebulant. God bless Nebulants. As of writing this, the pricing has not been confirmed. Dixie is still sourcing feedback for the possibility of running either Package A or Package B, the difference being whether or not Alice-style Ergo support will be included in the base kit or placed in an additional kit. I don't really mind either way. Based on Dixie's past sale of 8008, this set's going to do great, so keep your eyes out this Sunday. Our next spotlight topic is the Bean HHKB 60% by King K22. It's described as a simple MX HHKB 60% with a soft and flexible typing feel. Fixed layout, top mounted, only 4 top mounting points, which is a bit of a change from the norm. The half plate is aluminum, the typing angle is 6.9 degrees, nice, with a 14.9mm front height. The colors are simple, only a black case, a red plate, a red PCB, and a raw copper accent on the bottom. To help add to the formula of the board, the PCB is a thin 1.2mm with horizontal flex cuts to aid in that flexing action. MX and ALP support, USB port in the center, pretty awesome, and the design on the bottom, it's pretty cute. It's a cat's paw, and only one of the beans are colored, which some people will like, some people may not like. Estimated price $350, which is said to be a high estimate of a low MOQ, so hopefully that price is going to be dropping even lower because that's still pretty attractive. With the MX or ALPS compatibility, I'm kind of a fan because I'd love to get a really flexible typing brown ALPS build, and maybe this is the way I can do it. The next keyboard among our spotlight topics today is the Lewis by Dr. Nunu. The Lewis is a 60% isolation mounted board with a very distinct visual aesthetic. As Dr. Nunu states in the interest check, his team wanted Lewis to be identifiable from miles away, and you know what? Yeah, it's pretty goddamn identifiable. Has a pretty tall looking height and those sides. Wow, those sides remind me of like floor molding. It's very distinct and almost gives off the impression that the board is a pedestal for the keycaps. At the moment, the available layout will be when keyless unless the people voice otherwise, and everyone, look at me. Look at me. You're not going to voice otherwise. When keyless should be the only way to go here. There are two small bits of the keyboard that I'm not the biggest fan of. First is the key spacing. Normally keycaps are spaced 19.05 millimeters center to center, and this board plans on tightening that to 19 millimeters center to center, similar to the Plum. From one key to the next, it's not the biggest deal, but from one side of the keyboard, maybe a bit more noticeable depending on your muscle memory and your typing. Second little niggle I have, a thing I don't really like, is that 4-pin GX12 connector. I hope you don't lose your cable, because then you'll have to DIY your own to make it work. You know, I actually wonder if people are just going to have a 4-pin GX12 to female USB-C just to have that connector, but be able to use whatever cable you want. The back is simplistic, lots of rubber feet. The board is seamless on the sides. Brass accent on the back is a large brass weight on the inside. Total weight is going to be 3.1 kilograms. It's going to use a silicone gasket because it's 2020 and gaskets are in. Next, we have the Skeleton 60. Yes, another 60% by Okonomiyaki. This interest check is interesting as the board takes some cues from the Duck Viper, namely the acrylic insert in the front and sides, but the rest of the keyboard is executed in its own unique way. For $380, you'll receive a board, silver plate, USB-C, QMK PCB, and thick 8mm bump-on feet. Typing angle is duck, which is a steep 11 degrees. Color options are silver, black, and E-white. 100 units available to be raffled early this month. And yeah, you know what? The top features, top badge, not bad, and the brass insert will glow as well on top. I'm happy, like I said, to see more 60%. Overall, I think it's a decent kit and one I'm interested in. Timing is a bit rough in terms of me finding my budget, but I'd keep my eye out on this. I don't think it's that bad. Next up is a Group I raffle that's already ended, but I still want to talk about it. It's the Aurora Input Series 65 from our man in Germany, Oblotsky. If you're a winner, congratulations. If you're wondering what you missed out on, well, you missed out on a 65% with 6-point top-mounted leaf spring plate. Yes, leaf spring, cool. The keyboard will be manufactured in Belgium by Salvin and includes a WT65-G PCB by Wilba, and also includes a carrying case. Front height 19.57 millimeters, typing angle 8 degrees, available colors black and silver for the board, stainless steel for the weight, and either a matching aluminum plate or a brass plate. It's a cool board, and I like the back bottom wraparound steel bits. The plate is really what interested me though. If you won the raffle, please let me know how you feel about the plate when you receive it. Leaf spring. I want to try more leaf spring plates. I don't think I've even tried one. I haven't. I want to try one. Please someone send me one. Now let's move on to the topic of the week, and you may have saw it coming from a mile away knowing me. It's the Heavy Grail by Ryan Norbauer, and wow, the Heavy Grail! It's the aftermarket upgrade kit for the HHKB Pro 2 line and the recent HHKB Refresh line. The kit includes the case, an injection molded plate, a gasket, a damper on the bottom, and of course, the first big whopper that slaps you across the face when you see it. It's going to be that price. The price for the Heavy Grail starts at $650 and can balloon all the way up to $1,370. Yeah, 4 digits. And even the least expensive colors and options are already a lot at $650. But why? Well, that plate. That plate is normally for an HHKB, the plate is integrated into the top of the board, giving it its very distinct and lovable typing characteristics. The plate also integrates the switch housing, which isn't the simplest of geometries. Ryan had to recreate an entirely new plate from scratch in an effort that took him years to develop for stainless steel mold tooling with over 120 removable inserts. Wow. All the plates will be ABS resin injection molding, which is pretty awesome and pretty true to its original feel, hopefully. It's all going to be milled. The whole board is going to be made in the US, with the case itself being milled on a 5-axis mill in the Silicon Valley. So that's pretty nice. The most expensive option though, wow, that Vrasty Steel Heavy Grail. As the name suggests, the case itself is made of steel, polished to a near mirror shine. In my opinion, it's absolutely beautiful, fingerprints and all. If you have money, love, and dedication to your HHKB, consider treating yourself. The colors available are the ones Ryan has used in the past and on his other boards: VHS, K2, Aperture, Sunset Boulevard, and of course, Vrasty Steel. The plates will be available in white or pink, which is funny because Pink was only available because Ryan did renders of the plate, and when he did renders, he did it in pink just to help show the plate off more than white. And everyone's like, well, you showed off a pink plate, you gotta give it to us. We're like children at a candy store looking through the window. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna fit in my budget, but I can eat ramen for 3 months straight, right? With the main topics out of the way, you know what time it is. Rapid fire. Viktus Stryka is a 65% with left macros. It features a pencil ledge that reminds me of a J01, sides that remind me of the updated TX boards, and a backplate that reminds me of a Rama board. Cyberboard Xmas Special is the Cyberboard, but polycarb, I guess. $500. The Sun20pro Macro Pad is a programmable numpad with a knob, numpad, and a plethora of color options to mix and match, and there's a light bar. Nyaong switch opener should get rid of that keychain loop, and then it'll be perfect. The Cornelius is basically a better version of the Atreus as far as I can see. So, yeah, I feel like the Atreus then. Get the Cornelius. The Corne-ish Zen is a sleek Corne keyboard using chalk switches for that thinness and uses hot swap sockets and Bluetooth. Less but better is a cherry profile dice up keycap that is very simplistic and inspired by Dieter Rams. I don't like the font, sorry. The Alpha 7 degree is like everything I don't like about the hobby right now. You got that right side bag, you got a knob, you got a weird looking bezel spacing between the arrows and primary typing cluster. GMK Agent 01's Ghost Kit is the best GMK Agent 01 kit. The whole set doesn't look too shabby though. Muso Creator 1.0 looks like it provides a rain shelter for the USB-C. The Oceanographer has a knob, an OLED display, and a 1.75 backspace. 2 missteps on a keyboard is the maximum, not all 3. GMK Film could also be GMK Mickey D's, GMK Kodak, GMK DHL, GMK Shell. It could have been much worse than it is, but I do like the camera theme. Infinikey Raspberry is probably the best Infinikey colorway we've seen to date. Gerald 65 is an Alice style acrylic sandwich mount board that has the option for multiple plate materials, has an arrow cluster or nav clusters moved to the right side by the arrows. Hopefully the price is kept down and people will be down to clown. The LZ Ergo Phase is LZ's next project that is essentially an updated physics. GMK Kambaba is a better version of Infinikey Grail. The 6.5 and 9 acrylic aluminum gasket 65 with macro pad is a stacked acrylic simple board. Yeah, it's pretty interesting having that aluminum bottom and then stacked acrylic on top. That's probably what it's got the most going for it. Besides Studio's CNC aluminum keycaps look pretty sleek, pretty awesome, and they're absolutely going to wreck my wallets. Gateron Milk and Tea switches are another pair of recolor switches with a GAT black or GAT yellow spring. No fancy spring weight, just a straight up recolor. The TS60 is a very bright board that looks like it has some lowish profile sides that I personally don't care about. The wraparound side badge is an interesting look though. GMK Psyche is a blush pink with coffee. Not too shabby. The Lin Works Whale 75 isn't something I want to see from Lin Works. Why? Why must there be an option for a knob? If you get this board, just get the F13 option. Just skip that knob entirely and you'll be in a good place. GMK Fox supports an animal rescue, which props to that. That's awesome. That's amazing. The set itself looks fine and would probably look pretty decent on a silver keyboard. GMK Thai Tea is running right now, and you know what? It's pretty thematic. The only thing I would say it's missing is having more boba-y novelties, maybe. Otherwise it's fine. The Sagittarius is an Ergo that is particularly rounded. The LEDs shining through the constellation is very cute and it's nice. It's an interesting idea, having even more flex cuts on the Ergo PCB, interesting Ergo layouts. I'm not sure how I feel about the actual shape of the board. I know that's like a weird critique, but the Panc40 Round 2 is here for those who want a case that supports 4 different 40% layouts. It is aluminum with a frosted acrylic diffuser and a you want to get into 40% layouts and want something to go with different options, consider this. The Alpine 65 is an interesting one. It had a total of 460 units available. The price seemed decent. The layout is fine, I guess. It's a bit odd with that non-segregated nav cluster, but it's going to hit the mark for plenty of people. Muted Retro isn't a retro version of Muted. It's a muted version of retro. It's adjective and thing. The Tentacle 65 is please stop with these weird spacings. The area below the badge is just weird. Also has a low profile knob. GMK Earth Tones looks earthy until you get to the ocean color. I mean, the ocean is on Earth, but when I think of Earth Tones, I think of the drab outfits that the Baku wore in Star Trek Insurrection. Over on Novelkeys, their switch openers are out of stock, but when they get back in stock, don't forget to use the promo code HUEY for 5% off. Watching out for you guys. Watching out. GMK Lancaster looks okay. No major complaints from me, and I like how the burgundy accents work with the set. I think it looks fine. The certainly unusual macro pad is another macro pad meme. Come. Just come. The 4.5mm brass polycarb hybrid plate is interesting, I guess. Features a 1.5mm thick brass plate on top of a 3mm polycarb plate. I don't know if it's going to work in any kind of way. I don't. I was curious, but I don't know. GMK Pink on Navy, it's true to its name in terms of colors featured in the set. It looks fine, and I'm sure people will like it as long as that pink pops out without being obnoxious. The Matrix Lab Wild Switch is a linear switch that's going to be manufactured by TTC in 43 gram and 55 gram variants. It'll have a closed coil in the middle, so the spring part is interesting. The Yeti is an Alice gasket mounted keyboard with extra heft via a cute weight on the bottom. It's a chonk with some rounded sides, looks fine. If you like Alice boards, keep right out. GMK Polybius is a set with double shot alphas and UV printed modifiers inspired by an arcade cabinet that never existed. Color-wise, the alphas remind me a little bit of DCS Midnight, just a lot more subdued. I think it looks fine. The Palmetto is a 60% O-ring gasket mount made in the USA, specifically South Carolina. South Carolina exports rubber products, motor vehicles, and soon, keyboards. The board itself looks fine, no major complaints. I'm happy there's half plate options, and the daughter board cable run looks a bit wonky on the bottom case. MT3 Extended 2048 is running right now. If you like 2048 and its different variations that it's running, well, now it's available in tall. It'll be PBT die subbed, of course, and the price looks fine for the most part. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching. That's it for this week in keyboard. So sorry about the delay in getting this video out, and sorry if this video is a little jank. I'm still fixing things with my settings and trying to rush through reading a script without practice because this video is late. So sorry about that. But hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you guys can keep up on more keyboard videos. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream coming soon. Soon. Take care, everyone. Have a happy holiday, and I love you all. This has gone too long.